Now, every so often, I like to showcase really affordable alternatives to you guys when it comes to electric bikes. A lot of the bikes I feature on this channel are just a little bit out of reach to a lot of people who view the channel. Now, this video is sponsored by GoTrax, and this is the all-new GoTrax Dirt electric mountain bike. These are going to be my unbiased words about the bike. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. The D1RT, aka Dirt, retails for $11.99, and you can find a heavy discount code in the description below. It weighs in at 53 pounds and comes in green, which I'm riding here today, and gray. It has a top speed of 20 miles per hour, a max payload of 300 pounds, a range of upwards of 30 miles, all on a 350 watt motor. The frame is made out of 6061 aluminum alloy, while the fork is an adjustable coil suspension. The tires on the bike are 27.5 and are lightly treaded for on and off-road use. The handlebar is a nice wide handlebar with knurled grips for added grip, mechanical disc brakes front and rear with 160mm rotors, a simple display to be able to navigate through the power levels, a throttle, and a bell to let somebody know that you're on their left.
Don't say it! Don't you say it! Left! Come on!
Now for added comfort, you have the ability to adjust the seat post to your liking depending on your rider height, as well as a branded seat which is extremely plush for long rides. The drivetrain on the bike is a Shimano 7-speed system equipped with a torque sensor powering the 350 watt rear hub motor that has a top speed of upwards of 20 miles per hour, which we're going to be putting to the test. Now you can ride this bike either powered on or powered off with no resistance. Speaking of powered on, the battery on this bike is a removable 36 volt 10.4 amp hour UL certified battery. Now when it comes to UL certifications, this is very important when you're looking at a bike. You want to make sure that the product is UL certified to guard yourself against any fires or potential problems that the bike might have. I put some UL certification links in the description below for you to be able to brush up and understand a little bit more about it. A few things to note that this bike does not have is a headlight and taillight, as well as a display to be able to determine how fast you're actually going. In the description below, I will be adding some links for a headlight, taillight, as well as a cell phone mount for this bike. Now that overview is out of the way, let's get this thing on the trail and see what the top speed is. Alright, so now for the speed test and brake test with the GoTrax. So this does not have a speedometer, but it has a top speed of 20 miles per hour under a 350 watt motor. Let's see if that's actually what it's capable of. We're going to hit start on here. We're in the top power setting, and we are off. Let's see if we can get 20 out of it. Feel a little bit of a limiter right there. That's right at the 20 mile an hour marker. Let's see if I can push it past the limiter. Woo, not bad. Let's go see what this throttle only is capable of. All right, now we're gonna be doing throttle only and brake test. Now when I do my brake test, I slam on the rear and feather the front to come to a controlled stop. Definitely don't slam on the front brakes because you will flip over, but these are mechanical disc brakes. So let's see what's capable of. 350 watt motor, throttle only, hit start. This is a welcomed breeze after that. So 15, 16, 17. Right there at 20, I feel the limiter. See if we can keep it pretty consistent at 20 or if it just keeps cutting off. We're slight incline right here. So hovers around 19 to 20. We're gonna do our brake test here in 3, 2, 1. So the stopping distance was roughly about 30 feet. With a mechanical disc brake and a 350 watt motor, that's not too bad. But if this was a 500 watt motor or a 750 watt motor, you definitely would be wanting some hydraulic disc brakes. So maybe that's something to think about here if GoTrax does go higher with the wattage when it comes to the motor. So with that being said, let's go talk about the stats. All right, so now let's talk about the stats when it comes to the pedal assist on the GoTrax. I traveled a total distance of 687 feet with a max speed of 24.5 miles per hour, an average speed of 19.7 miles per hour in 24 seconds. Now that max speed of 24.5 miles per hour was a lot of my own energy once I hit that 20 mile per hour marker. There was a bit of lag in there, but it's understandable when it comes to a 350 watt motor. Now with that being said, let's get straight into the throttle only test. Now for throttle only, I traveled a total distance of 897 feet with a max speed of 20.6 miles per hour, an average speed of 17.3 miles per hour in 35 seconds. Now the braking on this bike was actually pretty impressive, like I said, given the fact that these are mechanical disc brakes with the 350 watt motor. Now if this was a 500 watt, 750 watt, or maybe even a 1000 watt motor, you definitely would want some hydraulic disc brakes. Now with that being said, let's get this thing back on the trail and try out some hills. All right, so we got a new hill test location for the time being, not that double switchback hill that I use in the majority of my videos. Right now we're gonna hit start and go and see what this bike is capable of. 350 watt motor, torque sensor, pushing into it. Traveling at 12 miles per hour. It's actually pulling pretty good for a 350 watt motor. 15 miles per hour. 16 miles per hour. Not too bad. Pretty good. Let's test out the throttle only on the hill to see if it's capable of taking it on. All right, bottom of the hill, dead stop, throttle. I'll be really shocked if a 350 watt motor can get me up this hill. Right now we're chilling at 10 miles per hour. I don't feel it lagging yet. Still at 10. I'm steady at 10 miles per hour right now. Coming up to the middle of the hill. Drop down to 8 miles per hour. Steepest part right here, coming up to the peak at around 8 miles per hour. Not too bad. So in closing, the GoTrax Dirt electric mountain bike is one of the most affordable options in order to get into the electric bike space and also not necessarily break the bank. But it gets even more affordable when you use the link in the description below to knock some more money off. The fact that this bike is UL certified is a major plus in my book. If you guys are looking for more information on the GoTrax Dirt electric mountain bike or any other GoTrax products, feel free to click the link in the description below. If you guys like this video, drop a like. If you love it, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one.